Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Galahad and welcome back to another brand new campaign of Crusader Kings 2. Now basically what we're going to be doing in this campaign is we are going to play in England again. We are going to start a new game and we are going to go with the early Middle Ages, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let's go for the custom game setup and let's choose Count. And let's play an Earl from Sussex. Now, why am I playing Earl Osmund of Sussex? Because he's from the Hastings Dynasty. And to give a little bit of a backstory as the game loads in is... let's call this Iron Man Sussex, shall we? There we go. Yeah. So basically, as the game loads in, King Offa of Mercia had a conquest of Sussex. So our plan in this playthrough is to make sure that we don't get annexed by Mercia. And we basically stay independent for as long as we can. It's not going to be an easy playthrough, but definitely it is going to be very, very interesting because Earl Osmund, as we know it, was a king in Sussex before the conquest of Mercia, and or before, I should say, Mercia conquered Sussex and brought it into the fold. So he was independent, and as all independent kings at the time, he wasn't an earl, although in Crusader Kings they've made him an earl. But the word, actually, earl comes from the term ealdorman in ancient Anglo-Saxon English. So that's basically where the term comes from, and ealdormen were people who had a birthright and a granted title and land. They had granted lands and titles in England, and it was their birthright to rule. So basically, whenever the kings of Wessex, or the kings of Mercia, I should say, conquered some land and they took it, they demoted the individual kings of different kingdoms within England and demoted them from kings to ealdormen. Why? Because power is... no, I'm kidding. Because that's how it worked, basically. High kings would demote other independent kings and bring them under their rule and make them their vassals. So, because you can't have two kings being the vassal of one another in that time. That's how it worked in that time period. Although later in medieval times it was a bit different. Yeah. So let's actually see what we can do with his dynasty, Earl Osmund right here. He has two children. One is his son, Wystan Osmund, and the second is his daughter. Basically... what we are going to do with his dynasty is try to put his dynasty on the throne of England and basically carve out a good chunk of territory for himself. Whether he ascends to the throne of Wessex or Mercia is to be seen, but let's see what happens right now. So let's go for, he's got decent diplomacy. Let's see if we can, but he has 0 martial. So let's actually choose the war focus and basically see if we can recruit a court physician right here. No, we can't. Let's give out some titles actually first, and then we'll recruit a court physician. Although first, let me see if we can switch some people around. Let's see here, our spy master. Oh wow, he's got a state diplomacy of 17. So we will switch him with our chancellor. Our chancellor has a decent intrigue score, so let's actually change their council position. Our marshal, something else in mind. He can be my spy master. There you go. Our marshal is a good steward, so although our steward is fantastic, he has a 16 score. Maybe our court chaplain is a better... No, he's not. So actually, let's leave our marshal as is because he is a powerful vassal. So let's have him train some troops. You, my man, can collect taxes right here. Our spy master can study some technology in Paris this time, not going over to the Byzantine Empire. And he can research some cultural tech, while our chancellor tries to fabricate a claim on the county of Surrey right here, right next to us. So we need to grow. So our first target is going to be Surrey. Why? Because Kent is a tributary state of King Offa of Mercia. We need to be careful of this guy right here, because he is gobbling up land like nobody's business, and he has, look at all his tributaries. He's got Kent right there, East Anglia, and I believe that's Gloucester and Essex. So he has 4 tributary states, so he has lots of levy to call upon. So what we are going to do is first choose our ambition. Let's try to build a war chest and immediately get that ambition fulfilled by borrowing some money from the Jews. When you borrow money from the Jews, basically that fulfills the ambition right away. A designated regent can be... or actually no, I'll let it be our Chancellor. Master of the Horse. There you go. He can be Master of the Hunt. High Almoner is... let's give it to somebody with more learning. Let's make Morcar our High Almoner right there. Court Tutor can be this commander right here. And let's actually have our Spy Master not as our commander. Let's actually relieve him of the post and have somebody else as a commander. Beothorn. Beothornoth. Okay. Beothornoth can be our, what do you call it? Our commander. There we go. Let's build up some, as we unpause the game, let's actually build up some land. And some castles, I should say. Let's gain some more men. Would a militia training ground be good, or let's actually go for a higher level keep. That gives us some more levy size and some more tax. And let's go for let's actually see if we can gain some more levy size here. Fantastic, by building some city walls. There we go. I've invited people in my court to take part in a war game in which we participate defending our land from invading enemies. We shall use wooden models to represent invading armies, and I shall have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. Okay. This will be fun, or not today, I'm busy. Let's actually participate in it and see what goes on. As we assign tasks for the war game, we decide that Elfwine will defend with me, my marshal. He's not very good. He's not a very good marshal, so let's see what happens. At the beginning of the war game, the enemy quickly tries to advance up the hill in the area to get a strategical advantage. Okay. Bring all our forces to contest the defensive ground, or let's contest defensive ground. Let's see what happens. The enemy ascends the hill quickly alongside our troops as we reach the top of the hill. Simultaneously, our armies clash in an outright brawl. Elfwine suggests that we should break the enemy's side flank. Okay. Focus your heavy troops in the center, or put all available troops on the left flank. Let's choose the left flank and see what happens. In the melee struggle, our side flank is the first to falter as their tired troops have... okay, we lost, no problem. They overpowered us. That's okay, just lost 10 prestige, not a big deal. As prestige is easier to come by, let's actually not lead armies because our marshal is horrible. Let's try and get him betrothed off to somebody. Or let's actually wait. He's only 8 years old, so let's wait on him. Let's try and give him... he's good in diplomacy, and he's also good at... let's try and see if etiquette might be more his deal. Yeah, there we go. And for our daughter... let's try and give her... she has good martial. Intrigue. Let's give her struggle. Why not? Although struggle would have been good for our son too, but our daughter, Kindchild, Osmunder. Osmunder is our family name, so fantastic family name right there. Let's choose another ambition. Let's see. We can make a friend. Let's try and make a friend, shall we? Let's try and befriend the King of Wessex right here, because he is right next to us and we don't want him to get a claim on it. I mean, he can if he wants to, but it's better if we are on his good side. Your daily routine involves repeatedly swinging your blade at a training dummy. However, I could use someone to train with, or I don't want to maim my friends, so let's not do that actually. And we have some decisions available right here. We didn't recruit a court physician yet, so let's do that first because that is very important. Let's check our laws and see what we can do. We can't change anything right now. What about our inheritance? It's agnatic, cognatic, Galahad, and until we don't get another son, we're okay with that. He reportedly lives... Oh, that's not very good. He is a Norse pagan, but... Is he a renowned physician? No, not even. He's not even a renowned physician. But I don't... Yeah, I mean, I'd lose 25 piety, but... We need a court physician just in case. We don't want our son to die, so... There you go. -7 piety, so that's not too good, but hopefully it'll get up soon. Your daily routine involves, again, I'm apparently... I have a good personal combat score, but apparently I'm trying and make my friends into test dummies for myself, so let's not actually do that. And so far this playthrough is going to focus on us building up from scratch, because we are playing an Earl, and it is not easy to play an Earl, but things are going our way so far. Your court chaplain Morikar has been discovered charging money for various religious favors, putting the gold in his own pocket. That's intolerable or disappointing, but I understand. How good is he, actually? He's not too good, so let's say intolerable, yeah. Let's actually appoint somebody else as our court chaplain. Let's see here. Let's actually try and search the world map and see if we can find anybody from there. Diplomacy range, yes. Join court, yes. My religion and my culture group, and let's see. So not, yeah, why not? Let's invite him to court. I didn't check any of his traits, but turns out he's not that bad, okay. There you go. So as soon as he arrives at court, we can... Should we imprison him? I mean, we do have a 54% chance, but... Yeah, I don't think we should imprison him just because he was charging some extra tax. Let's appoint him as our court chaplain. And let's put him right to work, right away. Research some cultural tech for us, please. There you go. And his name is... Cuthred. Okay, fantastic. So I try to know the names of my vassals and of my, at least the names of my council, I should say. Perhaps it is time I ask King Kindwolf to spend some time with me. Okay, I will just ask him. And I believe, hopefully, my diplomacy isn't too bad though. Kindwolf was happy to oblige me. Now that I have some time to spend with him, I am confident that I can convince him of how alike we are, that he stands only to gain from our friendship. We finally talk in private. Fantastic. So what I'm actually going to do, Fall of the Avars. Okay. The Avar Khaganate was established in Europe in 567, after the Avars had migrated into the Carpathian Basin from the east. They crushed the Gepids and allied with the Lombards to form a strong realm in the area. For long periods they alternated between conflict and truce with the Eastern Roman Empire and had close dealings with the Lombard kings. Now, however, this once proud realm has fallen and the area is no longer ruled by an Avar dynasty and shall once again be known by ancient name of Pannonia. Okay, so unfortunately, that happened to King Yavoslav of, or Voslav, I should say, of Serbia. But this is Crusader kings, and dynasties rise and fall all the time. So, there we go. I think these days have really helped getting Kindwolf to know and appreciate me better. We have spent most of our time visiting my domain, discussing of the most disparate topics. Okay. I just hope nobody thinks the worst of you for the visit, so that will change his opinion by 10 for 5 years. And one last thing, before he goes out, he becomes a good acquaintance. Let's actually do that. Let's actually tell him, oh yeah, one more thing before you go, and give him basically a gift for the road so that he can remember us by. Plus 27, not too bad. What we can do right before we wrap this episode up is try and marry off our children. So let me see if I can betroth her off to... Oh, the Earl of York. He's available. There you go. Well, he isn't the Earl of York, but he's in that area. Yoredale. Right there, right next to York. And let's see if he can... Fantastic, he'll accept an alliance. That is absolutely fantastic. So we have one alliance right off the bat, and with that being said, I'm going to call this episode to a close. If you enjoy learning about medieval history, or just enjoy medieval games in general, do remember to comment down below, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content. And I will see you next time.